feel that it was okay to understand President Uhuru Kenyatta, but when it is President William Ruto, they should go to the streets. You should ask yourself, why did they not stop their vehicles just less than 4 years ago? And why is it that in the administration of President William Ruto, they have stopped their vehicles from coming to the streets? There must be something. There must be a certain level of profiling that applies to William Ruto that does not apply to President Uhuru Kenyatta. And the guess is as good as, your guess is as good as mine. If you will give us credit for those who were opposed to the administration that time, you must give us credit for using constitutional means and using the floor of the House and giving alternative suggestions to how to handle the fuel crisis. We never organized one protest, no life was lost, no supermarket was looted, no person was targeted to be killed as a result of the higher fuel prices less than 5 years ago. So I am very proud of my record and the statements I made in the Senate just about 5 years ago. And I'm very proud of how President William Ruto handled his opposition to how government was running its affairs in the last 5 years. I wish current opposition would emulate him instead of organizing violence and so forth. And I am just asking the most simple thing. Please, the transport sector, the way you understood President Uhuru Kenyatta and never went on strike just less than 5 years ago, that is the same way you should understand President William Ruto because he's in office. Number two is that how can we ensure that in future protests do not lead to loss of life? It's just by ensuring that protests are protests. They are not criminal activities, acts of crime, looting, robbing people of their property, burning of property. As long as we stop, and I see you in the media, reporting that protesters, I saw one today, protesters in Naivasha burned 2 vehicles. Those are not protesters. Protests is constitutional. Protest is presupposed to be peaceful. Burning of 2 vehicles, the media should be able to profile the way it should be, to say criminals burned 2 vehicles in the name of protest. I wonder why media in our country does not really always give a proviso to such situations by saying there were protests, but today it was not protests, it was criminal activities that burned vehicles. Why are facts distorted? Why are facts distorted? And sometimes protesters were killed. Probably criminals who were looting were killed. They were not protesters. So let us characterize any peaceful protest will be protected in this country. And I don't think any one life will be lost in a situation where the protest is peaceful. So let it be protests, not criminal activities, and life will not be lost. The last thing I'll say is that who are these politicians we are talking about? The investigations are not going, but the incitements, the people who have been inciting, particularly that the former deputy president is on record inciting people who have a different opinion and telling people in his backyard that anybody who is having an alternative political opinion supporting President Ruto is a traitor, and the traitors must be punished. So the understanding of his supporters perhaps is that you must attack physically traitors, and he will be held personally responsible. And all other politicians who are engaging in these acts of violence will personally be held responsible. I see sometimes some of these politicians speaking about ICC, or take this one ICC and so forth. I don't know if they know that they are making their bed now and they will lie in it. So it is important for every one of us to become aware of the act of their own acts. And we will take the necessary legal steps to bring all of them to face the law. I know even the banning of the UDF officers in Wote, in Makueni, was organized by politicians, and the investigations are not going. So just give the DCI a few more hours, and those who are personally responsible will be held to account. I think I have answered all the questions. Yeah, I'm seeing somebody somewhere there. Yes.